Welcome to the People Chronicles. I'm Jackie Hoffman, and we are joined by Mark Ratcliffe. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Every time we do our podcast, we like to let people know exactly what it is that they're listening for, and you're going to share with them what it is that they are going to learn from your story today.
Yes. Well, hopefully, people will get a sense of my passion for the area and one of the many reasons why this is such a great area to be in.
And you and I have a little bit of a history going back a few years, but are you an original Berks County boy?
I am not an original Berks County boy.
And that's okay. We're not going to yell at you for that.
Yeah.
But what we do want to know is where you came from, where you've been, how you ended up here, and then, of course, you are working on something spectacular that everyone needs to know about.
Exactly. Yep. Moved here from California with Godiva Chocolates over 20 years ago. And had a great job with them doing marketing and design for their retail division. Loved it, traveled all around, really enjoyed working for the company, but then felt it was time to do my own thing, so opened up a cafe in West Reading called Hard Bean Coffee. My partner and I, Scott Bortz, opened up about 15 locations over a period of 10 years. And, loved it. It was a great business, enjoyed getting involved and doing something that wasn't in the area at the time. There were no Starbucks at the time. So I thought, this would be really cool to do something that would be fun, that I could enjoy. And it ended up being very successful, and we had a great time doing it.
15 different hard bean cafes. That's
15 hard
quite
bean
a few.
cafes. Yeah, it was
so
great.
Where do you get the passion and the drive to want to make a difference here in Berks County and surrounding areas?
Well, it starts with being a little crazy. You have to be like, I think that's a great idea, and then being nutty enough to actually say, and I think I can do that. So that was a big impetus for me, was just being nuts. And then after that, it's, working with Godiva and understanding how the whole retail thing worked, it made it a little easier for me to jump in and try to do a cafe. So it was good.
What about the support from people in the area, friends, family, people that you may have just met, people that are now your lifelong friends? Are they always there to support you and your endeavors and what you had going on and what you have going on?
For the most part, you have that core group that's always going to be behind you. But to make any business successful in the area, you have to do something that people really want. And I've tried a number of different things, and the things that have worked out are the things that really from the very beginning people have jumped on. And the cafe was one. I mean, from the very beginning, people were coming in and enjoying it just like I had hoped they would. I've tried some things that haven't worked out as well. And even at the very beginning, it seemed like a push to get them going. And I realized that, when you do something and people immediately start catching on and feel like it's a great idea, that oftentimes is the idea that you should go forward with full bore.
And what do you say to people when, they may fail at a certain project or they may fail at a certain idea, and you're the type of person that you've gone through so much in your life and you still have so much life to live, and there have been failures. There have been a lot of success, but there's also been failures. So how do you deal with a bit of failure?
For me, it's trying to understand why it failed. I try to look at everything logically and just say, okay, did this happen because I got too passionate about an idea that maybe wasn't a great idea, or is it something that just wasn't right for the area at the time? The economy, when that changed, I know a lot of people had to make adjustments in what they were doing business-wise. And I think if you approach business from a business-like standpoint, meaning just keeping yourself open to understanding how things work and being open to change and new ideas, I think you can look at things objectively and say, yeah, maybe that didn't work for X, Y, and Z reason.
And what about the people in Berks County? They're there to back you up. I know we talked about your friends, your family, and the support system that you do have. Do you think that you have something in mind that Berks County really needs, whether it's financially or the fact that you need more people working together and being on the same page? What do you think it is that's really going to make it work?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, Berks County is an amazing area. I love living here. I've had the opportunity to move to other areas, and I just find the friendship and the area and the accessibility to all the big cities makes this area just a diamond in the rough. And I think it's something that we as an area don't appreciate nearly enough. I find one of the things that keeps this area down sometimes is the attitude more than anything else. Like, you've got everything at your fingertips. If you just shift that attitude, I mean, we've got biking trails that people from all over come in to participate in. We've got amazing venues with the Sovereign Center and the Reading Philly Stadium and some of those great venues. And I just think that there are some opportunities that other people could take advantage of as well to make this area even better. Oftentimes I'll come across an idea and say, oh my gosh, I wish we had this. And a lot of people go up to New York and they see ideas and they're like, oh my gosh, we should have this back in town. But, our area sometimes isn't big enough to support really niche ideas. But I find the broader ideas that you have, and you see the people that become really successful at something, that's like, wow, I never thought that would take off, and it does. And so I have lately been working on this pretzel festival that I think is a great idea, and thankfully I've had a lot of other people jump on like right from the get-go and said, oh my God, that's awesome. And one of the kind of quirky, I don't know if it's a compliment, but I took it that way, somebody said, isn't that happening already? Like, it's such a natural idea that they thought this should already be happening. So those are the ideas that I'm thrilled to stumble across.
And what's neat about you is you think of an idea or come across an idea and you act on it right away. You don't put it in your back pocket and say, another day, or I'm going to let somebody else do that. Mm-hmm. You take it and run with it.
Yeah.
So, we need more people like you in this area because you're such a positive influence on so many different people, and you do have these great ideas. So now we lead into the Pretzel Fest.
Pretzel Fest, yes.
Pretzel Fest.
Not just Pretzel Fest, Reading Pretzel Fest, because it is all about Reading and all about our area. And, the Pretzel Fest, again, not just because we have such a great history in pretzels and beer making, but because pretzels themselves are this quirky, fun product. And that's what we are as an area, a quirky, fun area. I mean, we've got all these odd little things going on, and we just need to celebrate that. And Pretzel Fest is our reason to celebrate. It's all inclusive. Everybody's included. In fact, I had a vacuum guy ask if he could come out and do vacuums out there. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Let me think about that. I want everybody to be included.
Pretzels? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I want everybody to be included because this is all about our area. So we're going to have a lot of fun out there.
But the idea, this is your own idea. You came up with this idea on your own. And I know when I was talking to you a little while ago, you had said that Reading should be known as,
Pretzel City.
Pretzel City. Of course we should. And we're not.
Right.
So tell me how you came up with this little idea.
Okay.
And it's now huge.
Yeah, now it's a big idea.
It is a big idea.
Hopefully. Traveling around and growing up, I went to a couple festivals that I thought were really awesome. And one of them was the Garlic Festival in Gilroy, California, which is a tiny little quirky farming community. The other was the Bumbershoot Festival up in Seattle, which is Bumbershoot is a British word for umbrella. And because it's really rainy up there, they have this umbrella festival. And it's, a little bit like Music Fest. And that's what I'm hoping the Pretzel Fest will be, is something quirky, fun, and will grow into this great festival that celebrates the city and what it's all about. And I kind of came up with this idea while I was helping Tom McMahon revitalize the pagoda. I remember driving up to the pagoda and seeing it was run down and thinking, this is on everything that we have in the city. This is one of our landmarks, our big landmark. And it is driving a lot of people up there to check it out, but when they go to see it, it's all run down. I'm like, this is not the right way to present the city. So I started talking to Tom, and we got a little program together and started working on that. And then I got thinking, what else could we do in the city that would be fun, that would celebrate the city? We've got Baseball Town USA, and we've got, the Jazz Fest, and we've got some great things going on that don't really speak to who we are as a city. So I thought, what is our heritage? Let's go back in history and see where we came from. And is there something in there? And oh my gosh, it was just like pretzels. Like, why aren't we doing more with pretzels? So I got all worked up and And then I did put it in my back pocket for a few years thinking, okay, well, maybe now's not the right time for me to do this. And then this year I'm like, okay, enough thinking about it. It's driving me crazy thinking about this. We've got to make this happen. So
all right,
that's how it came
well,
about.
we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to find out the where, the when, how to get involved, and all the fun stuff. And that's good. You got it out of your back pocket, and we're happy to have you back here in Berks County.
I can sleep now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to come back with Mark Ratcliffe on the People Chronicles. I'm Jackie Hoffman.